Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. How you doing today? This is a video that my private Facebook group has been asking for. We have the dynamic duo of Ryan and Keisha with us. How you two doing?
Good. Good.
You two have been setting my Facebook group or our Facebook group on fire. You've been consistently doing work, consistently getting deals, but you posted, I want to say it was Thursday, it might have been Wednesday, the latest deal you got. And people are like, tell us more. So I reached out. You guys said, yeah, let's talk about it. So first, for the folks that don't know you, who is Ryan and Keisha? Where you at? What you doing? And then we'll start talking about this deal, if you don't mind.
Okay, well, we're Ryan and Keisha Ruff. We are out of Toledo, Ohio. We primarily do buy and hold deals in this area. We live in this area and we do our deals in this area. So we have been actively in real estate probably, 8 years, 9 years now, and continually building seems like every day. Seems like we're growing. So
that is awesome. Ryan, you want to add anything to that? What's your day job, Ryan?
So my day job is a union construction worker. Mm-hmm. Right now, I haven't told you, but right now I've actually been off since what? November.
Okay.
So we have been focusing just on our properties.
Okay. Very cool. All right. So let's talk about this deal that just lit up the Facebook group. Well, let's talk about kind of what you put in the post, right? We got it for this. We did down 6 month, this, that month. So just talk about the structure so everybody's on the same page, and then we'll figure out how it all came together.
Okay. So originally the investor wanted $65,000.
Okay.
We said, all right, how about 60?
Okay.
And we met at 62.
Okay.
Now here's the weird part. The $350 monthly payment and the 6 months of deferred payments, that was all on the investor.
I just want to make sure I understood that. When you say all on the investor, meaning they brought that to you?
Correct.
Interesting.
Yes. So you want to elaborate on that?
A little bit of backstory, I guess, about the investors. That we met him probably 2 years ago at a RIA meeting.
Okay.
And he is an investor that's actually trying to retire from the business. So, so he is very open to creative deals, and also just knowing the business and being, able to say, hey, I want to do something and be able to benefit both parties. So,
okay.
So we met him at an Ohio RIA investment group, and we kind of just basically clicked.
Okay.
So we have actually done several deals with him in the past. So this is not a new contact for us.
Right.
So it was one of those things where he had a home that's coming up that the tenants were going to be moving out. He didn't want to re-rent, so here we are. I know that he said, "Hey, let me bring it to you guys first. Are you interested?"
Nice.
Before I present it to anyone else. So, which is nice when you're developing those type of relationships with people, because you're like, "Hey, this is just things that can continually fall in your lap." So
yeah.
So yeah, that's how we got the deal, because of somebody that we've been working with for the last 2 years.
Yeah. So a couple of things I want people to realize in this. So first and foremost, as I always talk about, this is a people business or relationship business, right?
Absolutely.
You've built this relationship over time and you've performed, right? I know one thing as somebody who's been in the business for a while, and ultimately will probably do the same thing this guy's doing. I would not have brought you a second deal if you were a hassle or difficult to deal with, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you performed, and let's be clear, he's going to keep bringing you. You're going to keep being his first option. So folks, network, people, business, go to RIAs, right? If you don't show up at that RIA meeting 2 years ago, he's doing this with somebody else.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. We have talked about this several times. It's like, okay, was this like, divine intervention or what? Like, we just like, because we'll go to BRIA meetings and we try to go monthly, and sometimes we fall off that month. We're busy, and like, in that particular month we were there.
Yeah.
So, it was right place, right time, and then following up at the same time, because a lot of people were approaching him about a particular deal 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But we did the follow-up to call and actually talked to him on the phone at that time. And it was been basically from there, this is probably what our 6th or 7th deal that we've done, and they're all been done creatively without using a bank or any kind of financing.
I want people to realize what you two did, right? So I get invited to speak at meetups all the time, right? As a featured speaker. At the end of at the meetup, there's a line of people that want to say a few words, which is all awesome. But the number of times that people followed up, because everybody gets a card, right? You want a card? Fine, here's a card. That's what they're there for, right? I can count on one hand the number of people that followed up with me 48 hours later. It's that follow-up that we remember.
Yeah.
Right. So that's cool. So, okay. So let's talk about this deal. He wants 65. You want 60. You agree to 62. Easy negotiation. That's probably a phone call, maybe 24 hours.
Yeah, phone call.
Whenever we're in person, he deals with my lovely wife over the phone.
Smart man. Okay. So yeah, what did you think it was worth, right? Because you probably did your own numbers. What did you think it was worth?
Well, I would say that area, and I would say too, I grew up in this area. So
okay.
I've lived here all my life. So so that area is a fluctuating market value area. So
okay.
You'll get things, on the higher end, on the lower end, but I think in the middle ground, you're probably about an $80,000 area.
Okay. So you got a little bit of a deal, but it's okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Absolutely.
All right.
But when you have terms, you're kind of like, okay, that makes sense.
People don't understand. I will overpay for terms.
Yes.
I overpay. All right. So, okay. So did you actually walk the property
yes.
to kind of get a turn estimate? All right. What'd you think? What, how much you have to spend once you get it?
Probably about maybe $2,500. No. Yes.
Come on.
It's kind of like, just take the house.
This is that unicorn.
Yes.
Yeah, he's done. This guy's done. He's like, I'm gonna give these two everything I own. $2,500. Yeah, that's what, painting and maybe some flooring, maybe? What's $2,500?
Well, we have a small leak in the bathroom.
All right, so okay. So you replace a washer.
So I have to take care of that. That's about it.
Okay.
One storm door, and that's it. It's simple. It really is.
Oh, this is so funny. Okay, so
and also a brick house.
Yes, all brick. 2-car garage.
Oh, 2-car. I didn't see that in the picture. 2-car garage.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
it's
2-car
garage. It's a detached garage, okay. But it's behind the
kind of set back. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of sits back.
That's awesome.
So very low maintenance. What is it? New furnace.
Brand new furnace. Put in last year. Yeah, just can't. The roof will need replacing within the next 5 years.
Right, but
yeah, there you go. All right, so I think it was a 4-2. Do I remember that right? 4-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yes.
Single story, right?
Yes.
Does it have a basement? I don't know if they have basements.
It has a basement. It actually has a separate access to the basement as well.
Right.
So
it's a true 4-2. One of the bedrooms is in the basement, but literally there are stairs, door. You can literally make it a different apartment if you wanted to.
2 meters as well. So it's not a duplex, but it actually has 2 meters on it.
So if you wanted sometime in the future, you could turn that into a standalone studio or 1-bedroom or
yes.
Right.
Correct. Yes.
I see what you're doing there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I have no idea what a 4-2 rents for in Toledo. What's a 4-2 rent for?
Well, we'll probably on the low end, I would say on the low end is 1,000.
Okay.
But on the high end, you're probably looking 1,300 at the high end on that.
What have you seen in rents? Again, I forgive me, I don't know Ohio, let alone Toledo. Most of the country rents have been going up in single families 10%. Have you seen that in Ohio?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So what would this have rented for example, 2 years ago, just for wild guesses?
You probably
900.
maybe nine. Like I said, probably
Okay.
900 at the, and that would have been, if you would have got over the 1,000 range, people would have probably, you might have got a little bit. You probably would still got it, but you may have taken a little bit longer to rent.
Yeah.
But we'll have no problem in that range that we're.
Yeah. So right now you might try like 1195 or something like that.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
And just see. Now, again, I don't know how, does it slow down? Because, we're late August and September. Does rental market slow down October, November, December? I have no idea.
I would probably think no, because we've actually rent quite a few of our properties during the wintertime.
Okay.
Now we make sure our lease is a little longer.
Right.
So we're not having a vacant property during the wintertime.
Okay.
But especially not right now. And there's a lot of people looking for places to stay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's going to be a very interesting time. You guys watch the channel, right? It's going to be the next 60 or 90 days going to be very noisy, right? Tenant it's movement. So yeah. So what kind of your down payment? What I forget, what was the down payment for this deal?
$1,000.
So again, in my spreadsheet, that's $1,000 down, $2,500 make ready. I don't know, call it $1,000 in closing costs, maybe. So what's that? $4,500 out of pocket. You get a 4.2. Your mortgage payment, you said earlier, was $350. Do I remember that right?
Yes.
Let's just say you get $1,200 for easier math. So $350, you got taxes, insurance, and you self-manage. Is that right?
Yes.
So what is your estimated monthly expenses, like 600-ish?
Yes.
6, 7, yeah.
All right. So let's say 600, you're going to rent it for 12. So you got 6 cash flow, 6 times 12 is 7,200, 7,200 out of, oh my God, that's over 100% yield.
Yeah.
Just stop it.
And then he was like, "Do you guys want it?"
No, I don't want. I don't want 100% yield. All right. Well, keep this relationship and tell him you'll take all of those that he has.
Yes, we have already did that. We said, whatever you have, let us know first, and we are. We'll figure it out. I mean, even if we have $1,000, but I mean, it's like, whatever, we'll figure it out.
I'll sell a car. I'll do something. 100% yield. That's amazing. And again, folks, if you don't know what I did there, right? The top number is 7,200, 6 times 12. The bottom number was 4,500, right? 2,500 plus 1,000 plus 1,000. That's all in my course, all that stuff. But yeah, you don't see 100% yield very often. No. I'm just, how much property does this guy still own? Are we talking half a dozen? Are we talking 100? I mean, I have no idea what this guy has.
Oh, I would say maybe.
We have 3 other properties that we're going to have under contract, but those are going to be lease purchases.
Okay. All right.
And then 1 more, possibly 3 more that he's willing to do the same type of deal that we're doing right now.
Nice. You better keep going to real estate meetups, because this guy's you're going to have his entire portfolio. You got to go back to the meetup and get some more deals. Huh?
So we're pretty excited. I mean, like I said, he's because he's retiring. I think he's 70. He's in his mid 70s. So he's pretty much at the point where he's like, I'm done with the business.
I want to help the next generation, the next set of investors get started.
That's the thing is, he's really he's not like trying to, get a lot out of it. He just wants to be
fair number.
Fair. Yes, absolutely. And he knows that he's helping the next, like you said, the next generation of investors.
So why 6 months? I'm trying to figure out why he wants 6 months of delayed payments.
Here's what I'm guessing. The 3 properties that we're about to take over for him need a lot of work.
Oh, so he's.
Okay. I think he's giving us a break.
Yeah, because he's like, hey, I got this little. This ain't gonna be $2,000 to fix these.
Yes. So that's our guess. I'm not 100%.
I would anticipate the same thing, because we know these other 3 properties are coming up in the next couple months, and that we know that that's going to take a lot more work than this one. And so he brought up the idea of, hey, would it be beneficial for you guys to wait 6 months to make payments to me? Absolutely.
What a good dude. What a good dude. So I just got to ask, because the last one was so expensive at $2,500. I mean, gosh, crazy. What is a lot in these next one? Are we talking 10 grand?
No, so the down payment is actually the same on all of them. It's
no, I meant the repairs. I'm sorry.
The repairs, yeah.
Like how big of a challenge?
2 of the properties are already rented, so we won't have to do much to them because they're rented.
Sure.
There's one that is we don't even know what it looks like. But we know from just conversation that it's pretty bad, and then the exterior needs a lot of help, but we're getting it for super cheap. So
okay.
So that example, $1,000 down.
Sure.
The rehab on that house is going to be anywhere between $25,000 to $30,000.
Oh, that makes me feel better.
So the price on that house is we're purchasing for $22,000.
Yeah, it's all about the make ready in that one, because that's coming out of your bank account into the property.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes total sense. And then what's the agreement, right? Because you, in theory, could burr that property probably in 6 or 9 or 12 months, but you're doing a lease option. What's the agreement? Is he looking to get cashed out ASAP, or is it like is he trying to push? Like, is he trying to plan taxes? Like, this one's this year.
He's trying to plan taxes. Yes.
Yes.
He is a
Definitely
smart son of a gun.
taxes.
Yes.
Yeah. He doesn't want too much in 1 year.
And again, you're proving to perform, because in theory, right, you do this and they're like, hey, we did 20K. I'm going to get my money back. I'm going to cash you out now. He's like, no, you're not, because you're going to do more and more deals together.
Right. And we don't have any, and all the deals we have, he has no prepayment penalties on it, but we do have, that, hey, I'm not going to do it this year. Like, we know that everything that we've done this year is done. So anything that we would have, like, if we got this property and we're like, you know what, we can go ahead and sell it, I'm not going to go ahead and do that now.
No, you
because
would never
I know
damage
that
that
that's going
relationship.
to affect him in tax consequences. So I would, wait and be, I mean, this relationship we want to keep. So
absolutely.
You're not
going to,
right? So.
yeah, you're not going to sell it, make, I don't know, 10 grand and damage a relationship that's adding.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. And again, that's why he's bringing you the deals first, back to the earlier part of this conversation. So what do you want to encourage people in the Facebook group? Because the group's going to watch this. What would you tell them? Maybe they're new and they're doing the work. Maybe they've been in the group 6 months and not got a deal yet. What do you two want to tell the private Facebook group?
Make sure that you, just like you said, talk to people. It's a people business. Make sure you follow up. And do the work.
Yeah, and I would say too, be patient. It's exciting to see someone getting deals after deals after deals, but we also have been doing this for a while, and you don't have to go out and just buy something or get something tomorrow and it may not be a good deal. So be patient, because it will come, like, as far as properties and those relationships, it will come over time, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, where's the stuff coming from?
I totally agree. Well, Keisha and Ryan, thank you so much for doing this. We are going to do episode 2, but thank you very much for doing this. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.